Okay, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again. I hope this class finds everybody well. I'd like to welcome you to day 5 of the pre-incubation ideation session of the Agribusiness Incubator, focusing on agribusiness marketing. Some of the key questions surrounding this session today are: do the customers that we identified in the last session know about the product and services that you're offering? Do these customers know about the benefits of your product and your service? How exactly do they know? And what are some of the key activities you'll be using to reach your customers and or your beneficiaries? My name is still Kentisha Ward. I am still the National Lead Consultant. And today we have backstage, let's take a look backstage. We have Ms. Precious Fortune Thompson, who is our National Marketing Consultant. We have Inessa Salomo, who is our International Incubator Consultant. And we also have Mr. Silverio Marin, who is also our lead incubator consultant all the way in Belize. So we have a very, very diverse stage back there who are coming to bring you all the information that you need. But before we get started, I'd like to remind you that this training session is hosted by the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, along with the Ministry of Agriculture right here in the Bahamas, as a TCP to provide technical assistance for inclusive, sustainable, and resilient food systems in selected rural and peri-urban territories of the Bahamas as a response to COVID-19, but also to enhance the opportunities for farmers, fishermen, processors, and agriculturalists, helping them improve their technical, business, production, and planning skills, also access to funding on the islands of Abaco and also Grand Bahama. These pre-incubation classes are held every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on YouTube. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button below this video. This gives you access to any of the classes that you may have missed. You can also find replays of these videos in our Google Classroom, where we have a lot of material that's going to assist you with getting through your Model C Canvas. So this classroom also gives you notes, podcasts, and all sorts of information that you may not receive in your YouTube videos. Also, your Model C Canvas will be due at the end of this incubation process to continue to the next phase of our second phase of incubation. We've had a lot of activity so far, and we encourage you to continue your participation. If you've gotten through portions of your Model C Canvas and you want assistance or you want some advice, we encourage you to send them into our email address, which is the agribahamasincubator@gmail.com for review. Also, if you haven't had the opportunity to join our fun and exciting Telegram group where we ask questions, interact, and also post all of our classes there as well, we also will post that link in the chat for you so that you could follow. Thank you once again for showing up again tonight. I'm going to pass it over to Precious Fortune Thompson, who is our National Marketing Consultant. Welcome, Precious, with her famous icebreakers. We can't forget about those icebreakers.
Hey, is it really Monday? There's no place I would rather be than here live for this training tonight. And I get so excited for you guys because, like Kentisha said, we're in phase 1, and I'm excited for once phase 1 is done for us to move on to phase 2. And there's so much content to learn. A lot of the resources are in the Google Classroom, and it is there for you. You have that access, everything to help you with your Model C Canvas to make sure that you are going to move on to phase 2. So good night, everyone. I am Precious Fortune Thompson, the National Marketing Consultant, and tonight we will be looking at marketing. So just an overview. Last week we looked at market research, market competition, sales strategy, and target audience. Who do you serve? Understanding your customers, the customer relationship, motivation, and customer service. And tonight we will be looking at marketing strategy, marketing for agribusiness, the marketing mix and 7P formula, the marketing canvas, product development, packaging, and prototyping, and digital marketing. Are you guys excited tonight? If you are, just leave yes in the chat. I want to see, I want, don't forget, I love when you guys are engaged. If there are any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. We are here for you. So I'm going to open us up in a nice icebreaker. So my icebreaker tonight is, what's one thing that can instantly make you feel better? Now, y'all want me to truthfully answer or truthfully answer? I think I'm going to truthfully answer. For me, I Pinot Noir makes me instantly feel better. It takes away any little stress. That's the truth. I'm going with Pinot Noir. I want to know in the chats, what can instantly make you feel better? And my mind's is the Pinot Noir. A nice juicy glass of Pinot Noir, and I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and have that. So I want to hear your responses. I want to see your responses in the chat. I see someone is saying good music, a cold, collect, man. Mm. Good food. Oh, yes. Music. I'm loving the diversity of the answer. Now, you know what? If I had to change my answer, I probably would go with music, because music is almost like food to the soul. Meredith is saying she's going with silence. Boy, that's up, May. Ain't nothing like a good reflection in silence. Music and conch salad. Whew. I hope it extra spicy. Sushi. So D, I joining you for the sushi. Knowing my peeps are okay. Share with us, what is one thing that can make you instantly feel good? And my response, of course, because I contrary most days of the week, is a glass of Pinot Noir. More good game with no bother me. So for those of you who have children or adult, I know you can relate to that because the kids make sure you don't have no privacy. I see a very funny comment by Faith. Leona is saying good food and good company. All right. Awesome, awesome. So we just jump right into it. Because tonight I don't want tonight to be long. And so let's look at marketing tonight. Marketing is very, very, very important. You know why? It informs us. When you're being informed, that's mainly for the customer. So to buy a product, a customer must have an understanding of what it is. So how do you know what it is if you're not marketing to them? It equalizes. So social media, oh my gosh, has made it so easier for a lot of businesses and companies to reach their audience by spending less money. It sustains. Marketing is an ongoing strategy that helps the business to flourish. Marketing causes you to be engaged. So, what that means is marketing is going to solve the question of how to keep the conversations going for your business. It sells. Marketing is what's going to help you sell your product or your service. And of course, it's going to help you grow it. Ensure that the growth of the businesses. That means like we want to see your product scaled, meaning that if you're only producing 50 jars of honey, through marketing that you will selling 200. Okay. So in putting together your Model C canvas, and your business, you have to come up with a good strategy and plan. So what is market strategy? That is the process where limited resources are used to boost sales and gain a long-term competitive advantage. So how many of you have began or put together or ever put together a marketing strategy for your product or your service? I want to see your answers in the chat. How many of you have ever done a market strategy plan? Let me see your responses. How many of you have ever done a market strategy plan? And if you haven't, you can also still put that in the chat so that we have an idea. Okay, so I see a few of you said that you have. Awesome. Man, you guys all need to go to the head of the class. Okay, so your marketing strategy plan, it is super, super important. It's like one of the most important things for your business. After you then come up with who's your target audience and your customers, you now need to put a plan in place, to now keep these people, keep these customers, and also get your product or service out there and keep people talking about it. So that is the most thing. So when we're looking at marketing strategy, we're talking about offline integration, traffic building, social media, optimization process, conversion analysis, website design, planning, and management. Now, I know that most of you, now this is what I believe, most of you are utilizing social media because social media is like right now the hottest tool for marketing when you're putting together a strategy, because that is the quickest way that you can reach practically anybody. And you know why that is? What is the one thing we so addicted to? We can't live without it. Well, maybe me, I could live without it. But those phones, oh boy. The first thing majority of people when they wake up, they going on Facebook, they going on Instagram, they're going on WhatsApp. And so if you notice the trend of what people are using, then you're going to build a market strategy around those platforms. So how many of you are utilizing social media? I think Instagram and Facebook is dominating right now when it comes to marketing. And you have, this is how you're going to put all your marketing strategy together. So the marketing strategy that you employ has to be focused on achieving success, not only now, but also in the future, meaning that your marketing strategy plan has to make sense. You cannot look at it as a short term, meaning that, okay, I'm only going to put a plan together for this week or next week. No, you have to really sit down, think about it, and put a plan in place that's going to work for the days to come, the months to come, the year to come. And then you go back, revisit it, and you can then tweak it. So in order to market effectively to any given audience, it is important to become familiar with the habits, behaviors, likes, and dislikes of your target market. And these might be adults, teens, children's, mid-20s, preschoolers, men or women. So this goes back to what? Your target audience, you're knowing your customers. So you see how they are intertwined, they're linked. So let's take a look at our first video.
By capturing the maximum mind share at lower cost, the anatomy of a great marketing strategy will include the following: a clear definition of your competitive advantage on how you fare against your competition and constructing your unique selling position or USP. You need to create an FAB analysis, which are your product's features, advantages, and benefits. Then you need to define your target market, which includes both demographic and psychographic profiling of your ideal customers, their hot buttons on why they need to buy from you. This will lead to how you want to position your products and services and several means of attracting customers to your offerings. You need to prepare your marketing collateral, both printed and digital materials and contents aiming at attracting your ideal customers with the most effective, persuasive messages. Next, you need to know the medium of your marketing. Identify from different marketing methods to reach out to your potential prospects, like advertising, digital marketing, direct marketing, public relations, etc. Depending on your target audience, you will need to pick the best marketing methods to explain, teach, and promote how your product or service stands out above other competitors. Strategically, you must know your customer's acquisition cost and customer lifetime value, and based on that, you can also budget your marketing spending. Your marketing plan. The written description of your market strategy should also stress on the following points. Detail specific activities you intend to undertake. Identify the targeted audience for each market reach activity. Specify how you're going to measure success. Be flexible enough to allow adjustments as necessary. Stipulate who on your team is responsible for each activity. In order for a marketing strategy to be successful, it must be multifaceted, realistic, and implemented consistently over time. Revisit your marketing plan at least once every quarter. Track your progress and evolve your tactics. Make sure you have defined metrics for measuring success and have assigned individual team members to be accountable for solving each issue. Set up regular meetings to review progress, identify and solve issues, and align activities across teams. Learn from your mistakes and victories and evolve your tactics as needed to maintain your traction. If you have any additional suggestions or tools, please feel free to share in comments or write to us. If you enjoyed this video,
So one of the things I encourage all of you to write down is, how is your product or service going to stand out? And that's going to help you put together your marketing strategy. How is your product or service going to stand out? And that is the problem. That is the question. And now you have to find a solution to that question.
Complex as it involves a lot of people, such as the producers, middlemen, wholesalers, retailers, and many more. This video will provide you with some realistic techniques on marketing for agricultural products, with a study of every aspect of the products as well as the production process. Before we proceed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That little notification bell will also help you to be always informed about our latest updates. Before we start discussing the marketing strategies for agricultural products in India and abroad, let's classify the marketing for agricultural products into two main heads. Marketing for agricultural products. Marketing strategies for the final products produced by farmers, which are apt for consumption. Some of the common agricultural products include food crops, plantation crops and horticultural crops, etc. Marketing for production equipments and aids. Marketing strategies for the intermediate goods, which help the farmer to produce the agricultural products. Some common production equipments include tractors, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. So, to market your agricultural product, you have to build strategies for both the aspects. You have to smartly devise your plans to enhance your agro business. Marketing strategies for agricultural products. Number 1. Principle of distinction. Buyers are more inclined to buy something they find interesting and different. If you try to market your product in a different way, you might be able to catch their attention before anybody else. Once you have achieved your target of grasping attention of the potential buyers, it's time to impress them by providing quality and assurance. Give away as much information as you can about your product through branding and labeling. Try to outstand others in the market by applying the principle of distinction to enhance your agro business. Number 2. Sell in regular markets. When you are dealing with agricultural products, reach out to the markets that usually run on the weekend than on regular days. This is the most effective tool for marketing agricultural products because customer base is set. You just need to find the tactics to lure them to come for your products. You will definitely be able to increase the sales and enhance your agro business. Number 3. Join government associations. This is the most viable plan to enhance your agro-business sales, as government associations membership is a cost-efficient way to hold a big market share for product. These associations are generally beneficial to small farmers, as government association takes over the responsibility of marketing an agro-business. From advertising to buying, they handle all the work. Moreover, they sell farmers' products by increasing the price up, which eventually increases the profits of a farmer. It is advisable to get registered to these associations, as this is one of the effective marketing strategies for agro-business, which should be followed to increase the sales. Marketing strategies for agricultural equipment. Number 1. Incentives. As agricultural equipments are quite expensive, farmers find it very difficult to afford them. The government has taken steps to increase the involvements of participants in the marketing process by providing incentives to small farmers using numerous marketing strategies for agro-business. Have a look at some of them. Training and retraining of farmers. Distribution of fertilizers and pesticides. Provision for improving seed quality. These steps increase the participation of farmers to market their agricultural products and result in enhanced agro-business sales. Number 2. Schemes. Along with the incentives, the government has taken another initiative to increase marketing for agricultural products and equipment. The government has come forward with schemes to help small farmers. Some of the schemes are as follow. Soil Health Card Scheme. Interest Subvention Scheme. National Agricultural Market. Collaborating with these schemes to sell the agricultural equipments may help increase sales. Number 3. Collaboration with government. Collaboration with the government is one of the best marketing strategies for agro-business. It helps the trader, farmers, middlemen, as the government takes up responsibilities and comes up with programs beneficial for them. This provides the farmers with an opportunity to indulge in new techniques and strategies to market their agricultural products. Number 4. Set appropriate pricing. When dealing with agricultural equipment, try to make your customers feel that you are here for everybody and not for a certain class of people. Don't be the seller who only caters to those who have big pockets and set the pricing appropriately. Try to be as approachable as you can to develop trust and reputation among people. The more you try to form a specific customer base, the more people will feel distanced from you, ultimately affecting your sales and marketing strategies for agro-business of yours. These were some essential ideas on marketing for agricultural products and equipments, which are targeted to enhance your agro-business. These marketing strategies for agro-business should be put into use for effective and great results in sales by attracting a huge customer base.
So, one thing all of us can agree on is marketing a product in a different way, you will most likely achieve the attention of customers. So when I think of a product, right, I'm thinking like, let's say agriculture product. So let's say I'm a strawberry farmer and I want to market my strawberries differently. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do chocolate covered strawberries sprinkled with all type of little things to catch the attention of persons. So the end goal for me is I want to sell strawberries, but how do I get people to like my strawberries or want to buy them? I then will make them attractive. So what is a agricultural product that and indicated how you could market it differently? I want to see some of your answers in the chat. So think of an agricultural product, and I want you guys to post in the chat this product and what is a way that you can market it differently. Maybe it's a fruit, maybe it's a vegetable, Maybe it's a seafood. What can help you think outside of the box? Think. I want to see your responses in the chat. I'm going to give you guys a minute to think. So what is one agricultural product that you could think of that you could, find a way to market it differently to make it attractive for buyers? I want to see your answers in the chat. I see Morton is saying taste testing, but what are we taste testing, Morton? Okay, so we have one more video on agricultural marketing.
Discuss the new role of agricultural marketing. Explain the importance of agricultural marketing. Introduction to agricultural marketing. In most of your homes, the food you eat is obviously cooked by your mother. We know that raw materials required to cook these dishes are cultivated by farmers somewhere around the world. Do you know how the ingredients required to prepare the food reach your house from the farmland where they are cultivated? It all happens systematically due to the process known as agricultural marketing. The process involves traders, wholesalers, retailers, etc. In this topic, we shall learn about agricultural marketing in detail. Agricultural marketing. As the name implies, the term agricultural marketing defines two fields, agriculture and marketing. Agriculture refers to the process of producing goods by raising crops and livestock, whereas marketing is an activity used to sell those goods. Thus, the combined term agricultural marketing plays a major role in moving the agricultural products from a farm to the consumer. According to the National Commission on Agriculture, agricultural marketing is defined as a process from which the farmer starts with a decision to produce a saleable farm commodity, and it involves all the aspects of market structure or system, both functional and institutional, based on technical and economic considerations, and includes pre-harvest and post-harvest operations such as assembling, grading, storage, transportation, and distribution. In general, agricultural marketing is composed of two processes, namely input marketing and product marketing. Input marketing deals with the marketing of farm inputs to the farmers, like fertilizers, pesticides, farm machinery, diesel, electricity, etc. Whereas product marketing deals with the marketing of agricultural outcome products and the movement flow from farmers, primary traders, wholesalers, importers, exporters, and retailers. Thus, agricultural marketing can be generally defined as the combination of all activities, right from the supply of farm inputs to the farmers, to the movement of agricultural products from farm to the consumer. Let us discuss the new role of agricultural marketing. While comparing with the traditional practices of agricultural marketing, over the last 6 decades, agricultural marketing faced a tremendous growth due to several factors. Some of them are increase in the supply of agricultural commodities, increase in urbanization, increase in income levels, increasing exports to overseas markets, and changes in the degree of government intervention in agricultural markets. Thus, the new role of agricultural marketing starts right from the time of decision making about what to produce, which variety to produce, and how to prepare the product for marketing. Now, let us deal with the importance of agricultural marketing for optimization of resource use and output management, increase in farm income, widening of markets, growth of agro-based industries, price signals, adoption and spread of new technology, employment creation, addition to national income, better living, and creation of the utility. Let us discuss them one by one. Optimization of resource use and output management. An efficient agricultural marketing system leads to optimal usage of resources, thereby increasing the marketable surplus. Also, it effectively employs various modern inputs to the field, which achieves a sustainable growth rate in the agricultural sector. Increase in farm income. An efficient marketing system controls the number of middlemen in the marketing process and ensures maximum income for farmers. This approaches the farmers to directly deal with the concerned retailer. Widening of markets. An efficient and well-noted marketing system definitely widens their products' market across the country and even outside the country. This will indirectly help to increase the demand of their product and provide higher income to farmers. Growth of agro-based industries. A well-efficient marketing system helps in developing the number of agro-based industries and encourages the development process of the economy. Various agro-based industries like cotton, jute and sugar depend directly on agriculture for the supply of raw materials. Price signals. A good marketing system helps the farmers to plan their agricultural production in accordance with the economy needs. This is done by transmitting price signals. Next, let us move on to adoption and spread of new technology. An efficient marketing system helps the farmers to adopt upgrading technologies for their agricultural processes. Employment creation. Since this marketing system requires several processes like packaging, transportation, distribution, it provides various employment opportunities like commission agent, regulating staff, retailers, etc. Addition to national income. By doing suitable marketing for the products, the value and saleability of the product increase, which increases the gross national product, that is GNP. Better living. This marketing activity not only increases the economy of the farmer and his family, but also helps the poor people who want to consume their food products at low cost, thus making their lives better. Creation of utility. As we know, the marketing system adds value to the product. But in addition to this, marketing system also adds 4 types of utilities to the product. They are form utility. By changing the forms of agricultural products, it becomes more useful than its original form. Place utility. Since the marketing system has the main function as transportation, products shift from one place to another and create a place utility for products. Time utility. Another marketing function, storage adds time utility to the product and keeps availing the products whenever a need arises. Possession utility. Since the main motto of marketing is buying and selling, each and every product has a wide possession utility. Conclusion. We can conclude this topic by saying that agricultural marketing not only encourages the economy of farmers, but also accelerates the pace of our country's economy. Summary. In this lesson, you have learned about
Okay, so much exciting content for you to go back to on the Google Classroom as you put together your marketing plan, your marketing strategy. So now what we're going to move on to is the marketing mix. So this refers to the set of actions or tactics that a company uses to promote its brand or product in the market. So let's look at it. The marketing mix is the operational part of the marketing plan. The marketing mix is used to evaluate the marketing activities in the marketing plan. This is a technique of guiding customers to choose your goods and services rather than electing the products of your rivals. So if a firm or business not accounting this aspect, they don't put in the marketing mix, it can hamper your business profits or how you scale. So the key is searching the correct channels of marketing and disclosing the accurate message in order to influence your customers to purchase from you. So, in every key component, in every successful marketing plan, the marketing mix is very, very important. And so, what are the 7 P's of marketing? People, physical evidence, place, price, product, promotion, and process. So, let's have a look at the marketing mix. And I'm telling you, this is one of the most important videos tonight.
And at the right time. The original model had 4 key elements: product, price, place, and promotion. This then evolved into a larger model, which is called the extended marketing mix. This has 7 key elements. It has the original product, price, place, and promotion, but also has new elements of people, process, and physical evidence. So let's look at each of these in turn. First of all, we have product. This is the product or service that you provide. And this is all about what makes your product or service what it is. It's about design, technology, usefulness, convenience, value, quality, things such as packaging, branding, and accessories and warranties. We then have price. There are various different approaches that you can take to pricing your product or service. You have cost plus pricing. This is where you take the total costs of producing and bring your product or service to your customer and add a percentage markup. You have consumer-led pricing, which is about researching your target customer base and providing them with a product that you would consider they would find. Competitive pricing, which is about a price that is competitive with other businesses that are buying the same product or service to your target market. You have penetration pricing, which is when you're looking to obtain market share in a target marketplace and you enter with a low price, and then once you've obtained that market share, you rise your prices. Then we have skimming. This is almost the opposite of penetration pricing. This is where you have a price that's very high initially for your product or service, and then this reduces over time. It's commonly used by technology companies who have high initial investment in production costs, but then over time, as there's greater uptake on their product, this reduces with the product life cycle. We have premium pricing, which is obviously high pricing to reflect a luxury good or brand. And then we have economy pricing, such as cheap flights. Next, we have the place in terms of elements in the marketing mix. This is how your product or service is found and is able to be purchased by your target customer base. So you may have your product available through wholesalers. You may have your product available through your own store. You may have direct sales as a channel through which you sell your product. You may have online sales, things such as party plans, or make use of mail order. The next element looks at promotion. This is all about how the customer finds out about your product. It's about advertising. It's about public relations. It's about sponsorship, things like sales promotion, personal selling, direct mail, digital content, and social media. Then we have people. These are the people who are involved in selling and supporting your product or service to the customer. It's about advice and sales support. It's about customer service. It's about after-sales backup. We then have process. This is all about looking at how everything fits together, how your product or service actually gets to the customer, and how successful those processes are managed. This is where you can look at quality assurance and quality management. Then we have physical evidence. This is all about the evidence that proves that your marketing is successful and that your product and service is definitely out there and doing what it should. This is about packaging, paperwork, things like invoices, tickets, dispatch notes. It's about vehicle signage, your presence on the internet, such as web pages, furnishings, brochures, uniforms, buildings, such as your offices or headquarters, and things such as awards that reflect the success of your product, service, and brand. Okay, so there we have it, an overview of the extended marketing mix. But how's this actually used in the real world? Well, let's look at a major global brand. McDonald's, well known everywhere. Here we have how the marketing mix looks for McDonald's. They have their products, obviously the core foremost one among them being the hamburger, but they don't just do a hamburger, they do a range of options with their hamburger. They do chicken burgers. And as markets evolve, where we've got things such as consumers now who are looking for more responsibly sourced meat, more ethically packaged goods, and more healthier options, McDonald's have also adapted their products to match. Pricing. McDonald's, obviously, with their range of products that they have different prices. They also work internationally, so they work with multiple currencies, and they will have different pricing for the different countries that they deal with. And they will work to probably a range of different pricing models. Placement. You can obviously find McDonald's burgers in their McDonald's restaurants. So they have a clear place you can buy their product or service. You can also look at information on them on the internet. In terms of promotion, McDonald's have a range of different means with which they communicate about their product and service to their potential customer, and they gear them to different target markets. We have the standardized promotion, so things like their McDonald's arches, we have the logos on their clothes, clearly evidenced in the different restaurants that they have. You can see them on the internet and find information about the company there. You've got special promotions, things like Happy Meals and the free giveaways that they give with the Happy Meals for children, different toys that change every so often. We have different promotions in terms of the meals that they provide. So you might have a special option one week and then a different option the next week. They also advertise free Wi-Fi within their restaurants for business customers or customers who would like to access the internet while they're there. So they have a balance of different promotions to suit the needs of their different target markets. Okay, so the next element that we look at is people. McDonald's have lots of different people involved in the organization who are helping to get their product or service to market. These include management, administration staff, and frontline customer service and sales staff. The next element is process, and McDonald's are a market leader at process engineering. They make sure that they have processes for producing their product, the hamburger. They make sure that they have processes that make it easy for the customer to get access to the food in the way they want. They are a fast food industry, and with having things such as the fast drive-through section, that helps their customer get food quickly. They also have ways of making payments faster as well for the customer, such as contactless, which they have introduced at most of their branches. So overall, they are extremely focused on efficient processes. So the next thing that we've got is physical evidence, and it's clear that McDonald's are extremely successful in terms of getting their products and service to market. We can clearly see that through the restaurants that they have, through the people that serve in those restaurants with the clear branding on their clothes. We can see that they've been successful by the fact that their organization is global, by the fact it's used in business case studies, and also by the fact that there is actually a Big Mac index by which the cost of living in different countries is judged by the cost of a Big Mac in those countries. So there we have it. That looks at the application of the 7 Ps as to how they're used in the real world with a global market leader. So what are the key applications? Well, the key applications in terms of the 7 Ps are generally for strategic planning. So this is where you're looking at introducing a new product or service, or maybe you're a business that's looking to get into a new marketplace. You use it so that you can analyze what product or service is needed, how you fit into that marketplace, what sort of place should you be promoting your product or service in, how should you be getting it to the customer. If you look at all of the individual elements of the marketing mix, this helps define your strategy in a much more successful way. You also have a use in gap analysis. So say you're an existing company and you have a product or service that isn't performing as you'd like within the marketplace. This is where you can look at each element of the marketing mix and see if there is an area where you have gaps or where things are failing, and it helps you to correct this. Okay, so there we have it, the extended marketing mix as an overview. And why do we want to have the marketing mix? So that we can make sure that we have the right product in the right place, at the right price, at the right time. There you have it, the marketing mix.
So how many of you enjoyed learning about the marketing mix, and you see how powerful it is in helping you with your marketing strategy, knowing how to have the right product in the right place at the right time. Imagine that. And when you ask yourself these questions and you put it down, you create your framework on paper, it's really going to help you deliver the best marketing strategy plan. Okay, so now we're going to look at marketing canvas. And this is a co-creation method to discover, assess, and reinforce your marketing strategy, which is at the intersection of the environment where you will play, your goals, what you would like to achieve, and your actions, what you will do. And mind you, the marketing canvas is very similar. It's almost identical to the Model C canvas. And this is also a great tool in helping you develop the framework for your marketing strategy. So, here it is. You see, you address your problems and your pain points, and that's coming from your audience and your customers, your key activities, your key metrics, your value propositions, your content and promotion, your channels. How are you going to get your information out there? How are people going to continuously talk about your product or your service? Is it going to be through Facebook? Is it going to be through Instagram? Is it going to be through print? Is it going to be on TV? How much money are you going to spend on getting your marketing plan together, getting the word out, and what is your projected return on investment as you put your marketing plan out there? And so is it benefiting your product, your service, or your business? And so this marketing campaign model canvas is so ideal. That's going to help you, from utilizing the marketing mix to then using this marketing campaign model. You are bound for success in creating an effective marketing strategy. So now let's go back to product development. So in order to come up with a product, you first must have an idea. And I know all of you have wonderful ideas as it relates to your business, your service, and your product. So once you have an idea, you then need to define your idea. Then you need to test it. You then need to design it. You got to brand it, and I mean brand it. You got to stand out. Then you have to fund it, protect it, make it, launch it, and sell it. So let's go back through this again, because these are some great steps in helping you see your product from A to Z. So you come up with an idea. You then, once you have your idea, you then define your idea. So, okay, my idea is I want to sell peaches. Okay, now how am I going to sell my peaches? I decide I want to make a peach cobbler. And so I'm defining it now. And it's not, I'm narrowed it down that, you know what, I'm just not going to sell outright peaches. I'm going to do peach cobbler. Now I'm going to test it. Okay. So who's going to like my peach cobbler? How is my recipe going to turn out? Okay. Now I'm going to design it. Now I want my peach cobbler to look like the Statue of Liberty. Now I'm going to brand it. You know what? My brand is going to be called Cobbly. Cobbly, and I'm going with the colors orange and yellow and black. Now I need to fund it. Who's going to fund my business, and how am I going to protect it? Do I need to trademark my name? Do I need to register my product with any registered food companies? And now after I do that, I'm taking that into production. How am I going to make this, whether it's large scale or small scale? And now, once all of that is done, I'm getting ready to launch it and sell it. How am I going to launch it? Am I going to launch it physically? Am I going to have a storefront? Am I going to do it online? How am I going to get the word out? How am I going to sell my product? Am I selling my product online or at a flag store? So these are the questions that you ask. And these questions help you put your strategy and plan together. Okay, so let's take a look at product development.
I could sell so I could live here. And it got me thinking, what are the type of products that actually companies do come up with, or new types of products that are out there? Because a lot of times everyone thinks, oh, this new product, it's something no one has seen before, which in reality is not necessarily the case. So we're going to kind of go through here are just kind of the new product categories that are out there that you can use and kind of think of what are some new products we could make for our firm, or we could make for our business, or whatever. And the thing is, when people think of new products, a lot of times they think of what we call new to the world products, something that's never been there before. No, our product is going to be something completely different, okay? Well, here's the thing. Most of the time, those new to the world products that you think are new to the world aren't actually new to the world. They've already been invented. They're already out there. The iPhone, it wasn't the first smartphone, okay? There was other cars out there. The Model T Ford was not the first car out there, okay? And so what I want you to think about is realize that, yes, there are new to the world products. The very first app that was out there, the very first, computer and things like that, those did happen. But most of the time when we're coming up with new products, what we're really doing is we're coming up with new to the firm products. These things that our company has never made before. So like when Microsoft came out with the Xbox, that was a new to the firm product. Or when Apple came out with their iPhone the first time, that was a new to the product, new to the company product, okay? So it's a little bit different. So you want to kind of think about that. Now, another thing you might see is sometimes a new product line or a new product they come out with is just kind of an addition to an existing product line. So Kellogg's has thousands, well, not thousands, but it feels like there's thousands of different cereals they actually put out there. And so kind of in addition to that existing product line might be they come up with, Cocoa Krispies with marshmallows in it. Or maybe they come out with, there's one I saw recently, which was a Peeps, like this Easter candy themed cereal. So it is a new product, but it's a new product in terms of an existing line they already have. And that's where a lot of companies really come. So you think about Nintendo, the Switch, the Wii U, the Wii, those are just new additions to the product lines they already have of gaming units, right? So you have that. Now, another similar thing you might see is what we call an improvement of an existing product. So this might be, maybe it's more efficient, or maybe you have, for example, now with extra vitamin D, you have some food that might have some kind of extra thing in it. Maybe now with extra caffeine or a Red Bull Plus or something like that, you can have those kind of new products, all right? Now, the thing is, though, a lot of times for companies, when they do come up with new products, sometimes the reason why they do the new products is to help them reposition themselves into a new market or reposition their brand. So Head and Shoulders. Now, when you think of Head and Shoulders, you think, oh, I see Head and Shoulders in the shower. They must have dandruff, right? Well, I know the first time that I went into my shower and I saw there was Head and Shoulder body wash, I'm like, wait a minute, do I have body dandruff? I don't know what's going on. No, you don't have body dandruff. The thing is Head and Shoulders came out with a body wash to help reposition themselves. So they're not just the dandruff shampoo, they're kind of like the body cleaning kind of stuff. And so they use that kind of help reposition their products. Now, another product, kind of new product category you might see is companies might come out with a cost reduction kind of product. So for example, Mercedes, we think of Mercedes, we think of those fancy S-Class and E-Class cars, right? Like, oh my gosh, those are so cool. The thing is though, they came out with a cost reduced model, the A-Class or the M-Class or the G-Class. These are cheaper versions of their current products, a cost reduction version to give them a whole new market, okay? So that can be another thing. Other things you might look at, it maybe you like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You'll see they have those big movies, but also they have cartoons, they also have TV shows. Well, those are actually cost reduction new products because I can't afford $250 million investments into a bunch of movies, but I can afford maybe $10 million to develop a cartoon series on Spider-Man or a cartoon series on Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. So you have those different things. And the thing is, there's a lot of different kind of product categories out there for new products, but I just want to kind of give you those. So when you're thinking of developing new products for your company or your product lines and stuff like that, you have an idea where they fit. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you want to learn more, do subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell so you get all of our new marketing videos.
Awesome. So that was also another great video on product development. And I know most of you would probably already have an existing product or service, but at sometimes you may need to go back to the drawing board and think of new products or new services that can enhance or help your business to scale. And then once again, you have to go back to your marketing strategy and marketing plan. Okay? So now we are going to look at prototyping. What do you guys think is prototyping? I want to see your responses in the chat. I know we are almost at the end. So what do you guys think is prototyping? So here's what I'll say. So let's say I want to sell fish. So how I want to prototype my fish is maybe I just want to do fish fillet, or my next prototype would be fish fillet with Bahamian spices marinated. So your prototype is like a sample. How many of you have created a prototype for your business, product, or service? I want to see your responses in the chat. Awesome. All right, so let's look at prototyping.
A prototype is an early example of a product that can be used to visualize, test, and iterate part of an idea or concept. This means that it may only demonstrate a single piece of the idea, such as mechanical, electrical, or physical properties. This is done so that you can test each piece cheaply to make sure it works and that people will want the product. By making the prototype of a smaller part, it can be tested easily and any changes can be made without rebuilding the entire product. The materials used for a prototype are often cheaper and easier to work with so that changes can be made easily. As the prototype is iterated, the materials used start to resemble the final product more. This also allows for the prototype to be changed and improved quickly based on feedback and testing. This process is called iteration. The first prototype is usually a rough sketch to make sure that the idea is clear for everyone working on the different parts of the design. It should include a clear breakdown of each of the things to be tested using annotations. The testing of a prototype requires careful feedback. The testing needs to reflect the prototype's function. If the prototype is testing an electrical feature, then feedback on its mechanical strength isn't useful. Through constant iteration, a series of prototypes can come together to form a polished final product.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, like I say, all of these wonderful videos are on the Google Classroom. So, we're almost at the end. So, I'm going to be very quick. So, our last focus on digital is digital marketing. And what I do know is digital marketing is like that's the new norm for marketing. And most of you, I am guaranteed or will be using digital marketing some way or the other. So digital marketing, also called online marketing, is the promotion of brands to connect with potential customers using the internet and other forms of digital communication. This includes not only email, social media, and web-based advertising, but also text and multimedia messages as a marketing channel. A packaging prototype is an example of mock-up of what your packaging with full printed graphics will look like before it goes into mass production. It is often handmade or assisted by light, specialized machinery. A packaging prototype is not a proof or a sample of your packaging, but choosing the right packaging will boost sales. So I guarantee you that choosing the right packaging will also will also be basically the way you market your product. Obviously, it's something that's going to stand out. But in the chats, I want you guys to tell me which one of these social media tools is used the most when you look at for digital marketing. Is it Facebook or is it Instagram? And so what I have on the screen, you will see that this is basically a prototype, but it's also a design, a marketing packaging design for honey. And look how beautiful and out of the box it is. What this product stands out. How many of you, if you were in the food store, would stop to pick up this packaging of honey? Just look at it. Do you feel as if it is eye-catching enough to make you want to buy it? Look at it. Look at it. It is different. It is unique. You have individual packets. Plus, you have those who prefer the big ones. And this is what you guys have to do. You have to think outside of the box. Your product and service, when you are talking about branding, when you are talking about your packaging, that alone will be your marketing tool. Your product and service must speak volumes. It must stand out. It must be eye-catching. It must be where people always want to talk about it. When I see something like this, I'm always going to talk about it because I'm going to feel like I need this type of honey in my house because it looks like something that's luxurious, and I like things that are luxe. Okay, so tonight our session is done, and if you have any questions, any concerns, any queries, you guys know that you can email us at agrobahamasincubator@gmail.com or call us at 242-821-0416. You can also send us a message on Telegram, either in the group chat or in our personal chat box messages. You can also feel free to reach out to me via email, precious.thompson@fao.org. And if you have any marketing questions, if you need any help with your marketing mix or your marketing canvas, we are here to support you because we want you to succeed. Okay? And so tonight, of course, was another exciting session. Outside of financial management, marketing is one of the most important parts or aspects of any businesses. And by the end of this week, the middle section of your Model C canvas, marketing mix, marketing strategy should help you. And how will people know about the benefits of your product or service? You should be able to answer these questions. You should be able to know who your customers and competitors and more are. And so as of today, we can begin looking at new markets and how to sell them. So we are on day 5 and just 5 more days to go. So feel free, like I said, to comment in the classroom or Telegram about something new that you have learned tonight. If you are just catching up on our classes, you can find the replay of previous classes on our YouTube channel, the Google Classroom, along with the Telegram chat group. So extra material is provided on the Google Classroom to assist you with completing your Model C Canvas, and I recommend that you use it. In your Telegram, along with the Google Classroom and this YouTube chat, you will find the previous evaluation forms. This is a virtual form similar to the application you would have filled out previously. And this form speaks about classes 1 to 3 and your personal experience. We want to hear from you. We want to know how it's going. We want to know if there are any areas that we can help you further. So please take the time, I beg you, to fill this information out because we are here for you. So we here at the Agro Business Incubator would like to thank you for another amazing session, and I hope to see you all at next class on Monday at 6 p.m. as we dive deeper into business purpose and value proposition with Carlos Itza from Belize. Until then, I wish and greet you success, and I bid you all a wonderful good night.